Hello and welcome everyone. Let's set off on our journey today, inviting deeper into the state of poems and explore the most precious points to focus on, and wrap up the literary analysis for the set of poems. Hanging the Fire, the one written by Audre, Lorde, and Teenagers, another poem by Mora. Let's start with the first poem, Hanging the Fire, that's written by Audre Lorde. Let's start by the literary analysis, and we are going to focus on the first question now. Let's start with the title. Number one, what does the title Hanging Fire suggest about the theme of the poem? In this question, you'll find that we connect between the title, the suggested one, Hanging Fire, with the theme of the poem. What's the relationship between them? What can you infer about it? We can say that this poem is about teenagers who often feel stuck in place while also feeling there is so much to be done. It may refer to their enthusiasm to reach their hopes and hopelessness to achieve them. Okay, so well, it connects between their energy and enthusiasm to reach their goals and at the same time their frustration to achieve it. Number two, what can a reader infer from the poet's choice of words here? Example, my knees are also ashy. What if I die? You can find it. You find it between the lines 6 to 8. In line number 6, how come my knees are always so ashy? What if I die? What do you think about the, uh, the reader's meaning beyond his choice of these words? Let's check the answer. Yes, the speaker seems to have big concerns and worries, and she uses a strong language to describe her unhappy mood and dark tone. So it reflects, these words actually reflect her unhappy mood and dark tone. For the third question, what does the phrase the speaker say? There is nothing I want to do and too much that has to be done express. You'll find it between the lines 19 to 21. Yes, in line number 19, there is nothing I want to do and too much that has to be done. So I think now it reflects her constantly changing view of life. The speaker seems confused and somewhat aimless. Number 4, the fourth question, identifying and explain the influence about the theme of the poem, Hanging the Fire. Cite evidence to support your explanation. You can find it between the lines 12 to 21. From 20, we can start reading. I have to learn how to dance on time for the next party. My room is too small for me. Suppose I die before graduation. They will sing sad melodies, but finally tell the truth about me. There is nothing I want to do and too much that has to be done. So what do you think about the inference about the theme from these lines? The theme of Hanging the Fire is that even though teens may resent adults for not giving them enough care for their ideas and accomplishments, they still need adults' love and support. I have to learn how to dance. This is a petition here, and you can cite another evidence. Suppose I die before graduation. These evidences between two inverted commas. You have to put it between the inverted commas because this is the quotes from the poem. Let's move to question number 5. What can you infer about the speaker? Cite evidence for your inference. What do you know about the speaker himself? You can find it from the first line when she says, I'm 14, and you can find something else about the speaker from the lines 24 to 35. Let's check it. From 24, nobody even stops to think about my side of it. I should have bet on my theme. My marks were better than his. Why do I have to be the one wearing braces? I have nothing to wear tomorrow. Will I live long enough to grow up? And one is in the bedroom with the door closed. So let's check the answer here. The inference about the speaker, we can say that the speaker is typically a teenager because she says, I'm 14, who worries about her appearance and sees herself as persecuted and misunderstood. The evidence, I'm 14. Another one, nobody ever stops to think about my side of it. Or another evidence, I have nothing to wear tomorrow. Okay, all of these lines reflect actually the typical character of the speaker in this book. Number 6. What does the speaker complain about in the last stanza of Hanging the Fire? You can find the answers for this question between the lines 24 to 27. Nobody even stops to think about my side of it. I should have been on my theme. My marks were better than his. Why do I have to be the one? So what do you think about now the complaint of our speaker? The speaker complains about not being placed on math team, even though her marks were better than the boy who did get on that team. So actually, she feels now as to some extent unfairness because she wasn't chosen as one of the members for the math team, even though her marks were better than the boy who was chosen there. Number 7, in Hanging Fire, what the effect of the speaker's repetition of the same phrase and Mama's in the bedroom with the door closed at the end of each stanza? Surely because it emphasizes the speaker's need for the mother's guidance. Let's move now to the second poem, Teenagers. This is a poem by Mora. And let's relate between the set of poems and to know what's the relationship between them. Let's start with the literary analysis and let's focus on the most important points and then we're gonna try to concentrate in the second poem. Yes. For number 8, identify the image used in the first stanza of Teenagers and explain the theme it suggests. You can find the answer here between the lines 1 to 5. And line number 3, doors and the left shot. It suggests a theme that parents and teenagers should open the door to communicate with each other. Okay, so that image reflects the meaning that teenagers and parents should communicate to each other, to open the gates or the door between each other for discussion and communication to know each other. Let's move to number 9. Identify the simile in the poem, teenagers and their effect on the last stanza. You can find the answers here between the lines 9 to 15. Years later, the door opens. I see faces I once held, open as sunflowers in my hands. I see familiar skin now stretching on long bodies that move past me, glowing almost like periods. Actually, the simile here We have two figures of speech for the simile here. Number one, I see faces I once held, grouping as sunflowers in my hands. You can find it between the lines 10 and 11. Another one, long bodies that move past me, glowing almost like periods. This is another picture. So let's try to find out what do we mean by this simile. You can find the first one between the lines 10 and 11, and the second one between the lines 12 to 15. The images of sunflowers and glowing periods create a joyful tone. They convey the image of teenagers blooming or cultivating into something beautiful, or they emerge like periods from closed oysters as they pass through those difficult years of development. Actually, this is a very important question. So to find out the simile in these lines and try to talk about its effect in this poem. Let's try to connect between the two poems now. For number 10, what feeling do the speakers in Hanging Fire and Teenagers share about the image of a closed door? Use evidence from the poems to support your answer. What do you think? What do you think about the feeling the speakers in both of the poems share here? I think the common image is the closed door. Can you tell us your evidence to support your answer? Surely, we can say that the speakers of both poems feel ignored and isolated. The speaker in Hanging Fire repeats Mama's in the bedroom with the door closed. You can find it for the last two lines for each stanza for the three stanzas in this poem. You can find it lines 10, 11, 22, and 23, and 34 and 35. Why the speaker in the second poem in Teenagers says they disappear into their rooms, doors, and the next shot, and will become strangers. You can find it in the first stanza between the lines 1 to 4. For number 11, which is the difference between Hanging Fire and the Teenagers? Can you now make a contrast between this set of poems and to find out the main differences between these two poems? They are different because the teenage speaker in Hanging Fire feels her mother has abandoned her, whereas the adult speaker in Teenagers feels shut out by the teenage children. This is the very remarkable difference between this pair of poems. Thank you so much. Study hard. I wish that you have already made use of our literary analysis today and enjoy learning. Thank you so much.